I've never heard of anybody else that it.
Well, apparently she needed a super. Now we got the Pendergrass.
So we're going to vote that as an ordinance and have to play the Subiac.
No, but we don't allow Subarus in. It's part of our code.
We don't allow Pendergrass.
So wonder if how many cars look like Subarus in their
Yes.
home. That's what makes it so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
I mean, you're like swimming, you're in the car with 3 people, you're just like, oh, that one, and you wait till it's close, and then you're like, dang it, because the other person called.
There were so many Subarus during the Fast and the Furious days, like the beginning of the Fast and the Furious.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because they were.
You can make them.
Oh,
They can be
yeah.
from
Those were Hondas. Those were the.
They did Hondas too, but the WRX and Imprezas
Okay.
were really great then. All right, 7 o'clock.
Here we go.
All right, today we are going to start our March 12th workshop meeting, and today we got to, let's start with the pledge of flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nathan, if you could please start us out with a prayer as well.
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, we ask for your wisdom and guidance over our meeting tonight. We pray that you help us be the best servants to our community we can be. Let all that we do honor you. Continue to bless our city, our state, and this great nation. In Jesus' holy name, amen.
Amen.
Sylvia, do you want to come over here? If you want.
No, tonight it's Renee.
Okay.
Can I? Like,
I just
she
wanted,
could shower.
I just wanted to throw it out.
She doesn't like your
Has everyone had an opportunity to look over the meeting minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve those meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Kristen. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Bob. All in favor, roll call down.
Aye.
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 That was all I
All in favor, thank you.
Sorry. It's harmonized.
You know, we're getting a little spring weather, and that's, we're feeling a little happy, I guess.
I'm a little puppy delusional, I'm sorry. My apologies.
All right, so we don't have anything on the agenda except for recently the newly elected officials went to a training class. Dave, Crystal, Sylvia, and Bob all were in attendance. It was roughly 2.5 days-ish, something like that. And they got fed fairly well.
Good food.
But we were going to kind of discuss things that went on and what everybody kind of took from it. And other than that, we don't have any other business on the agenda. So, anybody want to start us out?
You want me to start? Sure, why not? There was a lot that we learned. I know one of the most important things to me was conflict of interest and ethics when it comes to being a public official and representing the city of Pendergrass. So that was very important to me because I want to make sure that, at least me, or us, that we're representing the city and presenting a view of ethics and of not having conflict of interest in the city.
I agree.
I learned some more.
Yeah, I mean, we'll certainly.
I learned, yeah.
But I would also say that we learned the importance of public works. We learned the importance of understanding zone ordinances, understanding the amount of will it takes to make public works happen, how expensive roads are, quite frankly, and utilities. And while there are grants available, oftentimes they are matching grants, and so we're definitely going to rely on citizens and on our Chamber of Commerce and on each other to go out and find ways to help us prosper as much as possible.
Okay, I learned that our city clerk does everything, and that we need to respect our city clerk, take care of her, because there's a lot of duties that she does that she does not get mentioned for. So we salute you and thank you for all that you do, Renee.
Thank you.
I too learned the same things they learned. You learned about money, you know, how the city runs. Some cities don't get paid, some cities do. There was a lot of.
Are you talking about elected officials?
Yes, elected officials, yes. Some people have way bigger budgets than other people. It's a lot of different things. The speakers were phenomenal.
Yes.
They're all very informative, very friendly.
Yeah.
I just feel like I learned a lot myself.
It was very overwhelming, a lot learned in 2.5 days that you can't learn everything, but you get a little bit of everything. So ethics, of course, was one, but, you know, I came straight to Renee to make sure I had a copy of the charter, I had a copy of our comp plan, some of the ideas flowing that came from that with zoning and the help that they could give us that we pay for, so we've got to make sure we're utilizing all necessary tools that we have available, and hopefully it works to our benefit. So we have a lot to learn, a lot to dig through, and I know we got to figure some way in the future of what we're going to do budget-wise, because we need to, I guess, our finances are being utilized, but do we have anything in reserves? We need to focus on that, because eventually we're going to have to repave some roads and do some other things. So we need to start looking to that in the future as to what we're going to do and how we're going to do that.
Yes. Also, we do have resources available with the Regional Commission for District 5. We need to make sure that we're utilizing them more, leveraging their resources, leveraging the fact that they write grants regularly, so we can actually have them writing grants for us and lean on them more, because they are a resource for us. Also, we gained an appreciation for you, Mr. Guyman. You are definitely having to deal with a lot of different issues. We learned about different councils, different tasks for different councils. We honestly, all of us feel a stronger sense of stewardship and citizenship after having attended this. And I'm excited to continue that. So obviously, we received certificates from this, but with the ongoing education training, I think it's going to benefit us and benefit the city of Pendergrass.
Did y'all get your certificates already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I didn't know if they were.
Can I say one thing? They did say we were the best class they've ever had.
They did, repeatedly.
I'm impressed.
The largest and the best.
Yes.
And she said it a bunch of times.
Especially those people from Pendergrass.
I'm pretty sure they said that at ours too, didn't they?
Of course.
I'm sure, of course, sometime.
I also want to say that
We didn't go.
I gained a new appreciation for each one of y'all that we attended together. We were able to get to know each other on a more personal level, I guess, with our lives and just things like that. So that was nice to get the camaraderie that we had. That was nice.
Yeah, and the fact that, again, we all want to work together for the benefit of Pendergrass.
We know we won't always agree, but we can agree to disagree and be polite.
With civility, which was also something that we learned. That was actually a very interesting aspect of the diversity, equity, and inclusion and civility class, because they're making sure that they include that now because of the polarization of a lot of politics. It was refreshing, and it actually moved the conversation forward in a very positive way. Yeah.
Gabe, you said you had more.
I think they covered all that I had. Yeah. I just, it was definitely worth the time to go to this class as a new elected official. It's pretty amazing all you've learned.
It's invaluable.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I will say that, you know, you just get so, it makes you hungry, in my opinion, right? For the type of input and knowledge.
Yes.
Because two days, roughly of information, I mean, if you think about, when you go to college, and you're majoring in whatever you major in, you're talking about 4 years, sometimes more of courses. And so just think about government courses, attorneys, and so on and so forth, that this is their entire life, and they've been doing it for 20 years and still are doing things new, right? And so 2 days, it's a great test and a teaser. I know GMA puts on a ton of free things. I don't know if are y'all all getting the emails at this point?
Yes, about the event in June.
Yeah, that's in Savannah. That's a big convention. Okay. To me, that's I'm not going to go on the record, but
Is that,
but they
The
have
month, though, well, with weekly calls, they're gonna switch it to monthly.
now, starting in April. But they do things from webinars, and there's tons of resources that they put on constantly. So as much as you want the knowledge, like it's there, right?
yes, exactly.
So I am gonna side note. Today is an election day. It's after 7 o'clock, so I think I'm safe with saying that. I'm not doing anything. So good luck to Josh and Cole in District 5. They're running for the commissioner race. Don't know who's winning, of course, right now, but good luck to them both. Anybody else want to discuss anything with from the election class? Anything in specific? Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
We're all business owners, and we all have a vested interest in growing Pendergrass. So I want to make sure that we all have a conversation, because everything from the Facebook conversation to what we're doing, I'd like to have Rob go on the record to discuss, his business is his business, but also making sure that he has stated, just for the benefit of everyone, so that they know that there is a difference and a distinction in a good way, Rob, that you're not misappropriating any kind of city resources.
Excuse me?
There was a statement from some of the citizens. Of course, they've been very frustrated at different times. We know that you are committed to Pendergrass. You have been here. You've spent the majority of your life here, and everything that you've done for the city and the things that you're doing for the city, again, it's to be commended. And we just wanted to talk about the fact that you are not using city resources for your business. And we know this, but we want to make sure that everybody else knows it too.
Well, give me an example.
We don't have to do it now. We can do it we can set it up in a couple of weeks. But again, we just wanted to.
Since we're here, I would prefer not to
Sure.
brag, because I've been here 22 years. It's extremely stressful, right?
Yes.
And well, that's all I can say. So,
Yeah.
so here it is. Ask me a question.
Absolutely. Well, I want to make sure that everybody knows when you're building your business, and by the way, that is going to be a fantastic restaurant. It's going to be a linchpin of downtown Pendergrass. I was at an event today, and I'm doing what I can to promote people coming for day trips from Chateau Alon to come and enjoy the patio and come to Pendergrass. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that we are open for business, and that's your business. Your business is your business, and that's separate from your business as city planner.
So I'm still a hard question.
I guess maybe I could.
Written statement that's printed.
No, that's what I'm saying. That his business is business, just like we are business owners.
I think what he's saying is there a way to get something written up, we put on record that your private business is your private business, or what plan do you have to keep your private business separate from city business?
It's called ethics. I plan to keep private business separate from city business. I always have and I always will.
I guess when I got voted onto the council, I filled out a form my company sent me and said, "Hey,
I'm not an elected official.
Yeah, I'm just making a point. My company sent me forms that says, how are you going to make sure you keep your business political separate from your personal business? And I said, well, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. And that's all. And that just shows good faith and good ethics and that, you know, no conflict of interest on keeping it separate. I think that's kind of what you're trying to say.
Absolutely. He's been doing it. You've been doing it. So you've been using your people that you've been working with that have been remodeling and that sort of thing. They're different, or they're contractors, right?
Correct.
Exactly. So again, there hasn't been any kind of.
Well, so what you do is you're accusing them of being a thief and a liar right now?
No.
That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is that they're doing the city, they say stuff, and then, so we have to respond to them. And we want to make sure we're responding to them and showing good faith that, hey, yeah, you know, we're doing things the right way. This isn't the way it used to be.
We are doing things the right way. Everybody that's over there is on my time.
Absolutely.
Anybody that's over there hasn't been on, sometimes they contract City of Pendergrass, they have been on City of Pendergrass for months.
Yeah.
For months. So again, what you're saying is that you don't believe me. You believe I'm being unethical and still.
No, not at all. What we're saying is you are a business owner. You have every right to run your business. And when you contract with people, you're doing it the right way, which you have been doing it the right way.
I think, Bob, you just answered with Bob and going on the record, which you just did, and stating that you're not misappropriating, and that was all that was being asked.
Yeah, that's all it needs.
That's all that was said.
Yeah. I'm absolutely.
If you want to switch places, how do you think that I feel that I'm being accused by people of the city council of being unethical?
It's not the city council. It was a few residents.
People that,
A few residents posted on Facebook that they refuse to patronize your business when it opens because they feel you're unethical, which we've explained. That's your time, your business. So if that person who said that had their own business in the city and they go to open up or run for council and get on council, are you saying are they going to say they're unethical because they have their own business, their own property? No, they're not. So in the same retrospect, you own the land, you own the property, you've done your business, you do your due diligence. It has nothing to do with the city. It's just your business happens to be in the city.
Well, what about when the former mayor of Jefferson owned the tap room?
Exactly.
Right.
So did they make him sign something, or they questioned him about being there?
nobody's making you do anything. I'm saying.
Using the employees over there. I don't really remember that. What about the people that work insurance in the south end of the county that have countywide offices? Are they having to sign something?
No, nobody's making you do anything. Sign anything.
Not all of it.
If you're willing to do it, if not, let it be.
But I just want them to know that you're not doing these things.
Yeah.
That's my point. I wasn't accusing you of anything at all.
Or did they put these on the record? I think they know that.
Well, we all support you.
Yeah, we
all support you. That's why we're asking.
I support you and I stand up for you on
She evidently did.
social media. Just FYI. I feel like sometimes I'm the only one that does it, but.
Well, I'm not going to go on social media and
Yeah, I thought you were aware of the social media. I sincerely apologize.
No, I do not get involved in it because it's just, again, you want.
It's not worth it.
No,
It's not worth it.
no, I apologize.
I want you to know that we all support you. That's why we're asking.
And then, again, and I apologize, Mayor, because, maybe I won't have a job anymore, but so I'm apologizing to them. I think I would
Just remember, we're on the record.
Yeah, we are on the record.
I know that.
Okay.
I wish that everybody would, it's my desire that everybody understand that Renee does a great job. The chief of police does a great job. Dean and them guys do a great job. Everybody does a great job. We do the very best we can with the limited resources that we can.
Absolutely.
And I would hope that doesn't turn into a bunch of micromanaging. Y'all pay us to go do our job, do it the best we can. We have looked at grant. Heck, I've taught at that class you just went to.
Yes.
I've taught grant writing. We're a small city. Most of it's mansions. We don't have the money to be able to receive those grants.
Right.
So what I would hope is, because it seems like maybe it's me because I've been working for 22 years, been defensive, protective of the city 22 years. bled and sweat. No, I don't expect anybody to care about that for a pat on the back. But I hope they support the employees. And it's like I was talking to the mayor, I think I'm going to move in together. I'm not sure if they're dated or not. I think we stepped out over our skis. We're able to do so much. They work so hard. And I hope that it doesn't look like the city council like, well, these people are idiots. Let's just go in there and replace them.
No.
Or micromanage them. These guys work so hard.
That's what we wanted
To
to
do,
hear.
and they were way, I will tell you right now, and I say this in the police academy, where I still teach. Our police officers one day are as good as any one day that land from the city of Atlanta down. This city is way, has the best first aid placement of anybody. Public safety needs to be paramount. That is because of the growth, whether you like it or not, the growth is here. Look out the window. We have to be the police. That public safety of a $2.2 million budget, it's about $1.4 million bucks up. So, and we always had a city council support of the police department. It's like you can't raise the burden on the employees to do any more than they're doing. They are busting their butts. In 20 years, Renee, the city clerk's office is run. She also does the clerk of the court, the best as anybody can run it. The police department. So my issue
wears
is,
quite a few.
does anybody have a complaint about the police department, the way I'm managing the police department? Is it about the street department, or the police department's being managed? I'm having to deal with it. Again, Renee might get mad because we clash, but I think that if we do fine, we might have a problem with City Hall. So what my point is, we're operating way above, we're operating 110% on the 100% level. And it's very stressful when I get additional things added onto me, because now I've got employees that can see this. And so they're going to say, well, 20 people going to, and 6 council people will put Rob out of the city.
Not at all.
I
I've not been as far as
No, not at all.
don't need it. I made my retirement. I love the city. I enjoy working for the mayor. I think it's great. It's so nice to have. It's so nice to have an educated city council. Nothing against city council, but it's so nice from where I came from to some of the people we worked with that supported and not supported the employees. But what we have now is something that is so good that I hope that no one messes us up. We don't need Renee to go anywhere. We don't need to lose our chief of police. We don't need to lose our head of our street department.
I think I'm going to make a statement at this point, if I can, please. One, I think what's really important, and what went on just now is something that's really great, is one, we're all unifying and saying that there's a support of the city, period. At the end of the day, we supported the city. I think it's a really good point that you said that we have a really educated city council, and I wholeheartedly believe that too. There's business owners, there's professionals on the city council. There's never been a more diverse city council. I'm really proud of what we have and what we are delivering at the end of the day. And we're all eager. I think it's a really great identity of what the city council is, right? I think we're all eager to do the right thing, not only for ourselves, but also for the city. So I'm going to kind of bring this back in and say, when we have these trainings, when we have seminars, conferences, or anything of the like, it creates a spark of eagerness within all of us, I think. And I think I can speak for all of us and say that, right? It creates new ideas. It creates different solutions to maybe problems that we've had in the past. Maybe coming up with solutions for problems that we may have in the future. So I think it's important that we still enjoy these conferences, these sparks of eagerness and testimonials, and we continue to do those. So,
May I just?
Yeah, Tara, please.
I'm sorry. I think it's really great too. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Nick. This is a year and a great place to be doing the right thing for the city.
And I think that sometimes it is easy to feel like you need, because we are entrusted by the public, by the people, as elected officials, it is easy to want to answer and entertain every complaint. I think that if we did that without any legitimate proof of concern, having every complaint or go on the record is just not the best use of our time as stewards for the city. I understand, like, I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything. I'm just saying we need to remember that people, whether it's myself or anyone else, we get frustrated and we may accuse people of things that don't even make sense to accuse them of, right? Or we know, like, for example, I know, like I mentioned to others on the council, that everything is on the up and up, and I wholeheartedly believe that, and there's nothing of concern there. But I think that we have to remember that much like we allow our public, I don't know if that's the right word, so, choose a person later, but we allow the members of the public to come and express their comments. Those aren't met with answers right at the time. And I just want to be sure that, everybody may not like me, and they may accuse me of something foreign, or that I'm not doing something on the up and up. And I hope that you would come to me and let me know that I need to answer to you if you are not confident. But I do not believe that public discourse is always the best place. As long as everything we do and all of our employees do of the city is transparent and available for record, I don't think that there's a reason to address every complaint on the record. But that's just that's the only thing I wanted to say.
Are you trying to say that we can't make everybody happy?
I mean, I'm kind of like going,
Circling around.
We are making
thanks for letting me.
Okay. Public comment?
I've been here almost 20 years now, right? So, I mean, I understand, there have been people, they've had trouble with, they didn't like Mayor Tolbert and Mrs. G, and there's been all sorts of innuendos over the past years. We used to be the speed trap capital of the state of Georgia, of the Northeast. And I used to come to all the council meetings, and I stopped coming. But with the zoning changes and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of people, even me, just ignored what was going on in the city. Right? So we didn't really get to express some of our feelings about the zoning until it was done. And that's on us. That's on us, the citizens, of ignoring what's going on. But looking at this and seeing, coming in the past, couple months now, there's a change, and it's a positive change. And, and my goal here in Pendergrass is the last ride I take will be a coroner or an undertaker taking me out of my house. So I plan to stay. And, I just like to see it progress in a nice, orderly fashion. I mean, I understand, right, we're going to get townhouses and requirements and stuff like that. And when I bought the house, there was a house behind. I knew that wasn't going to stay there. When I lived on Blackberry Lane, I knew that's behind me is going to change. And I accepted that 20 years ago. And then, so change is going to happen. It has to. I mean, you go down to Gwinnett County and stuff like that. There's a massive apartments and, all these, townhouses. There's almost all the grounds is gone. And I just don't want to see Pendergrass end up like that. But it's coming, rather. Just, it's working its way out. But, like I said, what's going on in here right now, to me, it's positive. And, I just, keep up. It's good work. And, just try to keep the citizens informed. But it's like I said, as a citizen, it's our responsibility to show up and to pay attention to what's going on and to voice our opinions you as council members. So to hear, our side of the story. And that's it.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Well, with that being said,